The sport of mixed martial arts defined. This is an artificial intelligence generated audio. Introduction. In this short video, I will provide a comprehensive definition of the sport of mixed martial arts. This definition will be included in my upcoming book and is copyrighted material by Kostas Fanteosakis. 4 established disciplines plus a modern one. MMA is a mix of 4 individual combat sports. The commonly mentioned ones are the following 4 specialized arts: Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, freestyle wrestling, Muay Thai, and boxing. Arts like karate, submission wrestling, sambo or judo can often replace some of the aforementioned sports, depending on each athlete's fighting background. In general, the basic fighting disciplines are boxing, kickboxing including knees and elbows, submission grappling including escaping from bottom and maintaining top control, takedowns and throws or sweeps. It does not matter if fighters do not use all types of techniques listed above offensively, they still need to defend against them. They cannot just ignore them. Learning to defend a boxing jab, for example, is a form of training in boxing. Learning to defend a submission is a form of training in submission grappling. I just mentioned 4 specialized arts that have influenced MMA competition. But there is a 5th, and probably the most important one. The 5th art is MMA itself, defined by a set of techniques, combinations and tactics that are unique to the sport. The fighting sport of MMA, defined. The fighting sport of MMA is the unique mix of techniques, combinations and tactics used to dominate opponents under a specific set of rules. These are specialized techniques, originating from specialized fighting sports like jabs and kicks. Specialized tactics originating from other combat sports. One such tactic is using low kicks to compromise an opponent's mobility. Specialized combinations originating from other combat sports. One such combination is using low kicks to force opponents to lower their guard and then land a high kick. MMA-specific techniques that are only possible under specific MMA rules. Examples of these unique techniques are foot stomps, shoulder bumps and strikes on the ground. MMA-specific tactics that are only possible under MMA rules. An example of such a tactic is pressing opponents against the cage in order to make them work and get tired. MMA-specific combinations of techniques that are unique to the sport. Due to this, specialized techniques become MMA-specific when used in combinations that are not possible within the rules of the originating fighting sports. An example of such a combination is to fake a punch in order to get a takedown. This is what MMA commentators often refer to as mixing things up. A fighter's journey, from specialist to well-rounded fighter. Specialized techniques are techniques originating from forms of combat sports competition, other than mixed martial arts. Generally, fighters with extensive experience in these specialized combat sports are called specialists when they start competing in MMA. During their MMA career, specialists work on their skills to grow their abilities from specialized to MMA specific, in order to become well-rounded. Skills are often sport specific. A wrestling champion has a specialized ability to get a double leg takedown when fighting in MMA. This is due to extensive application of the takedown against other high-level specialists in the form of amateur wrestlers. An MMA fighter like George St. Pierre, on the other hand, has an MMA-specific ability to land the same takedown. That being said, GSP may be able to take a wrestler down in MMA but will probably fail to take him down in a wrestling match. There is a reason for this. In order for athletes to succeed in sports, they need to take advantage of their unique talents and develop sports-specific attributes. These individual talents and attributes make a big difference in the successful application of techniques. These abilities, however, are often sport-specific. They may or may not be as successful when applied under MMA rules. It's all about context in life. Going for submissions in a BJJ tournament, and going for submissions while getting punched in the face are 2 totally different things. Trying to punch in a boxing match is one thing. Boxing against wrestlers trying to take you down requires a different set of skills. Inside the cage, technical adjustments need to be made and some specialists lack the ability to make them. To summarize, some skills and techniques are sport-specific. It is not all about techniques and their application. It's about the athlete's ability to adapt and handle the unique challenges of MMA competition. Final words. Mixed martial arts is the ultimate melting pot. This was a short definition of MMA and a description of the diverse sets of skills that often determine a fighter's success. Of course, in modern era there are fighters who have only trained in MMA and have never competed in other sports. However, I advise these fighters to respect specialized arts and train with specialists as much as they can. It is true that iron sharpens iron and high-level competition helps sharpen skills and techniques. This is part of MMA training. By competing in MMA, specialists bring higher standards to the sport and force MMA fighters to elevate their game. MMA fighters, on the other hand, are forced to develop game plans that take advantage of MMA-specific tactics and techniques in order to beat these specialists. Eventually, all successful fighters, regardless of their background, change their game in order to adapt. Even a fighter like Damian Maia, for example, who is considered a submission specialist. Maia has developed a game that enables him to strike or survive striking attacks, get the clinch and take the fight to the ground. Damian, like all other fighters, has to spar against partners who use kickboxing and ground and pound attacks. As we mentioned before, even learning how to survive against a certain technique is a form of training in this technique. Due to this, Damian Maia is a fighter with a unique MMA game that enables him to get submission wins, not just a submission specialist. This is because MMA is the ultimate melting pot of combat-related skills, concepts and ideas. As always, evolution takes charge and then those who can adapt to change are the ones who get to survive. It is important to understand this. Only then, you will be able to create an effective MMA game. A game which is more effective than any other martial arts game. You can use strikes to get submissions and fake takedowns to get knockouts. It is a canvas that enables artistic freedom. This is the ultimate definition of MMA. This is only the beginning of the discussion. Never the end of it. Transcript available on embracingthegrind.com. Please comment to help me improve version 4. If you like this video, hit like to promote it. Subscribe and click on the bell button to get all notifications. Copyright 2021 by Kostas Fanteosakis.